What's up guys, it's Apollo, back with another XBladers video. Today we're going to be talking about Beyblade X, like not unscripted, not like thought about earlier. Let's just talk about Beyblade X, alright? So, it's the newest generation, so many people hyped up for this new gen, and everybody's trying to get a piece of this new gen, you know what I mean? So, everybody's super excited and hyped and psyched because it rallies up everybody from each generation that loves Beyblade. Now, I love Beyblade. You love Beyblade. So, we're all united for this new gen. And I'm genuinely excited to see what we can do with these new bays, because I know there's the extreme dash, extreme line, and all that stuff, but like I want to see more battles with more bays and more combos. Like I want to see what competitive combos we can make with like the first set of bays. I think Dronzer might actually be a little competitive. Its design it would look competitive to me, and so does Night Shield. I feel like if you pair Night Shield with like tapered or flat, whatever the flat one's called, then it could be like a monster in the stadium, and so could Dronzer. But then again, Dronzer could definitely be like stamina or defense based on its design, like how Hellscythe. Never mind. Hellscythe has too many jagged edges. Like it could be like a counter attacker or an attack type. And Wizard Arrow is just pure stamina. I mean, it could be good with like tapered maybe, but that's for us to find out later on when we get the X base. They have 3-prong launchers though. That's sick. The 3-prong launchers actually like confused me at first, because then I was like, why? Like, I guess it's just part of the quirkiness of the series, you know what I mean? Just 3-prong launchers. And like everything about this generation, it feels so new, you know what I mean? And like I feel like that's how they're gonna get more and more like fans and support with their further ventures with X, because it's so new to everyone. It feels so new to everyone. And like at the same time you can feel that nostalgia from like Metal Fight, Burst, Plastic Gen. Like you can feel it, you know what I mean? Like you burst, you instantly think back to like 2015 single layer Valkyrie. When you see the metal contact points, you think about Metal Fury and Jinga and Kiyoya. And then I don't really think about Plastic Gen. I only watched that like 2 times. I'm not really nostalgic for that. I'm not that old. I love playing Metal Fight. I used to love playing Metal Fight all the time with my friends and my sister. Back when my sister played Beyblade. And then I moved to a different state. And then I started playing Beyblade with my friend XBladers. And then that's why we have this channel, because we like Beyblade so much. And we have to settle a dispute. We have to battle to settle it. And y'all are going to see that when the X base come. And that's when we're going to have our first battle ever. We actually never battled. That's the crazy part. We talk of all of this Beyblade stuff, and we have never battled once in our entire careers. Like we've battled other people, but never each other. So we know how good the other person is, but we don't know how good they would be against each other. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. Anyway, back to the subject. Um, I it kind of seems like the new gen is gonna be like more simple, on the more simple side than Burst. I feel like it's gonna have that simplicity that Metal Fight did. You know what I mean? Like, even when they did get more powerful, they didn't get more complex. Because Burst, each season was more and more complex. It went from single layers to dual layers. Dual layers were not that confusing. But then dual layers became god layers, which every Beyblade had a gimmick. God layers became Chozi layers. Chozi layers either had the Chozi Awakening and metal or just metal, right? And the Chozi gimmicks were also insane as well. And then Chozi became GT. GT GT was like a breath of fresh air. It's just that the Beyblades were really, really, really overpowered and busted. And then GT became Super King. And Super King had the whole chassis system and whatever. That was really confusing to me, actually. When I first saw Sparking Bay, I was like, what the freak is that? Um, and DB. DB was a little confusing, but it was actually a little fun. You know what I mean? Like, it's probably the most oversaturated Beyblade series, and it probably had the worst MC of all time. But I say it's a pretty good season in my book. You know, but BU, I shouldn't even count BU as a season. BU was good. The bays were amazing. I love the Beyblades. I love Zyphoid Excalibur. Um, but I don't want X to go down that path that, you know, Burst did. Because I want X to be simple. Like, I don't even think the X line would work if they're too confusing, because then they're finna be heavier, bigger, you know what I mean? I think the size that they are right now is the perfect size and the perfect shape. Like, that simple yet detailed and yet complex designs that come with the whole generation. I love it, and it's beautiful. And I don't think they should change that, because it is beautiful, you know? So, yeah, I guess that's all that I'm gonna talk about. Thank you for listening to me. I love you.